All right. Well, hello, everyone with Coaches Up for Change. My name is Dee Corchin. I'm glad you're with us tonight. It is Monday, November 29th. So we're coming up on the end of another month. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Good to see your faces back here. So we've got a great topic tonight. Really excited that Integrated National Director Lisa Bloom is going to facilitate for us that whole debate and conversation around working our business consistently, but not feeling like we're working on it constantly. Raise your hand if that sounds like a really appropriate topic for you. Yeah. All right, but before we do, I want to do like we always do and start with our opening inspiration. And this month we have dedicated it to new leaders in our organization. And tonight we're going to recognize and celebrate with Chris Davis. You've heard from Chris before. He's got a significant weight loss journey, stepped into coaching, shared on one of the national calls with Susan Palace, but he reached executive director last month. So let's give it up while we hear for a few minutes about your coaching story, Chris.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. First of all, thanks for letting me share tonight. I am excited to share. Can y'all hear me okay? It just said my internet connection is unstable, which doesn't make sense because we have great internet here, but hopefully we'll be good. But yeah, so as Dee said, I had a pretty significant health journey that started back in January of 2021. I've lost 131 pounds in that amount of time. And so I recently hit my goal, which was right at 130. Well, my original plan, my original goal was just to lose about 100 pounds and then blew past that and then blew past my second goal and finally landed at where I want to be. And so now I'm going into maintenance and trying to keep it off. And so that's my next challenge. And I initially had no desire to step into coaching. I was busy. I run a business. I'm also in full-time ministry, and I just didn't have any desire to be a coach. And so, but as I went along in my health journey, there was more and more people, as so many of you guys have experienced, I'm sure. More and more people come up and they're like, man, tell me what you're doing. I've been wanting to lose weight and I just can't find anything that works for me. And they've just been really inspired by my story, which was flattering, but for the longest time, just didn't really motivate me to the point of wanting to jump into coaching. And so finally, as I started closing in on my target weight, I started thinking through all the things that had helped me along the way and also started thinking about, okay, now that I've lost the weight, I want to be able to keep it off. And I want to have that built-in accountability to continue to work to keep it off. And so I just, between that accountability and finally just really clicking, like I can help people. I have the ability to, and I've walked the road that they're wanting to walk. And yet I'm sitting here holding back and not wanting to help them. And then combined with my initial coach interest call with Frank Davis, which was awesome. And he explained to me, you're also passing up a lot of income that you could be having for your family. And so because at that point I had sent about 8 to 10 other clients to just other coaches, just, they would ask me about it. And I'm like, well, go talk to somebody else because I don't want to help you. So I finally realized, okay, I'm passing up a great opportunity to help people, to provide accountability and to provide income for my family. And so I jumped into it in August and quickly, just because of my story and people impact on people's life, I quickly was able to sign up a few clients and then hit executive director in October and was super excited about that. And throughout November I think I've been experiencing a little bit of the reality of the business. I think my first 2 months was just like accelerated growth. And, I'd share my story and other people would hear about it. And I was getting calls. I wasn't making calls. People were calling me. And I think in November, I started going, oh, okay. So here's what it's really like. And here's what the work really looks like. And, had a few clients who delayed orders into December, some clients who are stepping out, or, for financial reasons over the holidays, want to not make new orders and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys probably deal with some of that as well. If not, let me know how I can avoid that in the future. So in November, it will be a miracle if I keep my executive director by tomorrow, which is a bummer to me, but also is just teaching me some lessons through this month. And I know, and have a good feeling and faith that, through December, I'll be able to get back to that position. But the reality of managing all those clients in November definitely hit me. And so I'm excited about the future, but also have a little bit more of a realistic picture of what it would look like moving forward as I continue to engage and help people awaken to the and continue on their health journey.
Thank you, Chris. Really incredible story. And Chris and I had exchanged messages a little bit, and he said, well, it's not looking as strong this month. And I was like, well, welcome to your first month as executive director, right? Sometimes it takes a little stabilizing. You're seeing a lot of heads nod. It's very normal. And I love what you said. I mean, there's always going to be that period of growth mentally and business-wise where we realize like, oh, okay, this is what it takes. So it is well worth going through the growing process in this, Chris. It just keeps getting better and better. So thanks for sharing. And I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Lisa Bloom.
Thank you, Dee. Thanks, Chris, for sharing that. What a great story, and kind of leads into our topic tonight as well. So when I was preparing for tonight, I was thinking about how could we add value? How can we come away with some actionable steps, and how can we have people share who've had the same experiences? Because that's what we're all about here, right? We're better together. And when we share and when we kind of dig in and do the work together, some really exciting things happen. So we're going to be breaking out 3 times tonight. We're going to break out for a few minutes each time, and I'm calling it lightning round breakouts. So I'm going to encourage you all, don't overthink it, okay? Just answer with the first answer that comes to your mind when we break out, and I'll give you the topics for each breakout when we get there. First, I want to talk a little bit about consistent versus constant. And if you would just put in the chat and tell me if you think your business, if the way you operate in your business is more consistent or more constant. So a couple of things. When I think of constant to me is always on, always working, always thinking, always spinning around in your mind. What can I do? What am I doing? What should I be doing? What am I not doing? What blah, 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 blah. Anybody relate to that? Show of hands. To me, that's kind of where I was for a long time. And it's hard, I think, because we all care about people and we all want to help people. And we all want to, it's hard for us to kind of set that boundary, right? For ourselves to do all the other things that we need, including taking care of ourselves. So this leads to burnout, and this constant working actually makes you less productive and creates less growth, both in yourself and in your business. And for those of you who use social media, and a lot of us do, here's what it looks like on social media. You sort of show up, you cast a wide net, you hope someone jumps in, you're just kind of out there. And do people really know you're a coach? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But you're out there, or you're kind of out there, but you're spinning your wheels. So when you think about consistent looks kind of like working your business in proportion to what you want and the way you want your life to look. It's creating that life from kind of the outside in to say, here's what I want my life to be like, and here's how my business fits into it. So some of the ways that's going to show up is maybe by time blocking, prioritizing things, or prioritizing your self-care. And this leads to greater fulfillment and satisfaction and business growth. And on social media, it might look like some intentional interaction and starting conversations and staying sort of true and focused in on your 10s list or 20s list or 100s list, right? So those sound and feel very different. I even felt different while I was describing them to you guys. I felt more centered and kind of calmer when I talked about consistent. 2 phrases that mean a lot to me that have come up: slow down to go fast. slow down to go fast. And that's hard for us doers. That's hard for those of us who think we have to run, run, run and race to our business. Slowing down looks more like consistency. It looks more like focusing and prioritizing and honing in on those things that you know are going to help. And the other thing, small hinges swing big gates. You guys have heard that, and it's true. You can put a tiny little hinge on a big gate, it's still going to swing. And that little hinge could be that 15 or 30 minutes a day you spend on your business, a day, that's it. And then the rest of the time you do what you want. And maybe you spend more or less, but it has to do with what you want. That brings us to our first breakout group. Okay, so I'm going to ask you 2 questions. I'll put them in the chat too, but I don't know if the chat will go with you to your breakout room. So I encourage you to just jot them down. So the 2 questions for 3 minutes that you're going to go around your breakout room and answer. Number 1, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want in your business? It could be rank, it could be income, it could be number of people to help. Why are you a coach? What do you want? And the second question is, why is that important? Okay. Lightning round, 3 minutes. Don't overthink. Say the first thing that comes to your mind. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Off you go.
Gay, I see you here in the main room. Did you not have a room to go to? We are just in the waiting period while everybody is in the breakout room. If you're watching the recording, I would just answer the questions, maybe write it down. What do you want in your business? And why is that important to you? Welcome back, you guys.
I guess we could have answered our second question.
Oh, I know, right? So some people are caught up in conversation. Here comes everyone.
Shauna, while we're waiting, you look like Rebecca today.
I'll take that as a compliment because I think she's just beautiful. Thank you.
All right, I think we are all back. So we're going to have Sarah Bond is going to share with us now kind of how this exercise has helped her. Are you out there, Sarah?
Yeah, I had to unmute. Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. I'm going to try to make this quick. I know time can go fast on these. So when I first started out, I didn't have a whole lot of direction. I didn't know what I wanted, right? It's hard to know sometimes when you first start out. So it's important to know what you want so that you can show up accordingly with your time. I soon realized that the business side of this could very well help me to be able to leave a job that I was miserable at. And so for me, that when I realized that, my coaches helped me to dream, which is something that I had not done maybe ever in my life. So I dreamed and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So time blocking, make sure that you are scheduling things around what's most important to you in your life. I didn't want to leave my 40-hour-a-week job to still be spent and doing the same things at home. I wanted to be able to, focus on what was important to me, my family, my workouts, self-care, and then build my business around that. So the way I do that is I'm consistent on social media. I want everybody that is in my world to absolutely know that when they want to get focused on their health, they're going to call me. So I'm on there consistently with stories. I like and comment on people's posts daily, and I do this daily in just a little bit of time. I add people, I wish them happy birthday. And in my stories and my posts, I do a mix of coaching and my personal life so that people are familiar with me, so they feel like they know me and they feel like I'm approachable, that they can come to me and feel comfortable to talk about their health. And so let's see, what else did I have here? I think it's important to realize that if you just do decide to make this as big as I wanted it to be, that it can feel like a fast moving train. And it's important that you remain the conductor, that you are time blocking, that you are prioritizing what's important to you. And then put your phone down at certain times. Make sure you put your phone down. And let's see, I feel like if you are consistent, this is the last thing I'm going to add. If you are consistent, then you will not feel like you have to play catch up by then being constant, trying to constantly play catch up. So if you're consistent and people know where to go when they want to improve their health, then you will not have to play catch up and be that constantly like trying to figure it out. What do I need to do next? So hopefully that helps.
Love that, Sarah. Thank you so much. And that's excuse me, that's a great lead into our next breakout group, because next we're going to spend 5 minutes and we're going to talk about 3 things. I just put them in the chat. What are you doing that's working? What are you doing that will be difficult to sustain? And what are you doing to take care of yourself? Okay. So we've got 5 minutes in our breakout groups to talk, and I don't think we're going to be in the same breakout group. So it'll be the big surprise who's in there. 5 minutes. Off we go.
Hello.
Did you lose your room or were you not in one?
I just joined the call a minute ago when she said, we're going to breakout rooms. I'm like, okay. I just finished work, so I'm not sure what we're breaking out to do, but hello.
Well, hang out. I will send you to one. How about that? Give me a
Perfect.
second.
Thank you.
All right, so we are in breakout rooms for 5 minutes. If you're watching the recording, a good idea would be to write down what's working for you in your business right now. What are you doing that will be difficult to sustain? And then what are you doing to take care of yourself? We've got about 30 seconds left, and then everybody will be back. Welcome back. You're the first one out. Welcome back.
All right, welcome back, everybody. That was fun. So blow up the chat, if you will, with some things you may have learned from it. And Emily Liner is going to share with us about self-care. You're on mute, Emily.
Okay.
There you go. There you
That
go.
works. Okay, so the 3 questions we just had are actually something that's really been speaking to me personally the last several months. And I was just telling my breakout group what is working lately is really nothing, because I have a consistent business. Like, I feel like I've been consistent and I work consistently. I do my post, I follow up with my clients, but I did not set any boundaries around my business. I thought I did, but I didn't really. And the last couple of months that became more evident because I had some personal things going on and work got a little bit crazy. And so all of my coaching stuff kind of started to slide, and my business really kind of started to fall apart a little bit, slowly, but definitely falling apart. And so I had to kind of reset and focus on what is it that I need so that I can pour from a full cup instead of an empty cup. And I might get emotional because this has been a rough couple of months, but I'm working through a boundary course with one of my mentors now, and she said, boundaries are basically what you're comfortable with. And I took a step back and realized that I was doing everything for everybody else, my clients, my job, trying to please everybody else and do what I'm supposed to do, but not taking any time for me. So what I can say is, like, I have allowed myself these last couple of weeks to just be a client, to focus back on my health and what I need to put into my body so that what comes out is what it needs to be, working kind of on my mindset and getting back in the right place with my mindset. But the biggest thing has been kind of setting some boundaries around and really sitting down and saying, what do I want my business to be? What was working for me before? What wasn't working, and what is not going to take me long term in this business? And what boundaries do I need to put in place to make all of that work? And I was just sharing with the breakout group, one of the things I've done is, and it's hard because I am not a morning person, but I have started getting up an extra hour early, because I used to roll out of bed and log right onto my computer and start working, and all of my work people, needing me, and then my phone's buzzing with clients asking questions. And I had a lot of resentment building up for that. So that first hour of my day is now mine. And that's something I've just been doing for the past 10 days. And it doesn't matter what anybody else needs until that hour is done. And I do what I need for me. And that's hard for me to do because I'm not a selfish person. And I like to do for others, but I can't keep doing for others when I don't take care of myself. So I would encourage you guys. My mentor in this boundaries class, she said, pay attention to what you feel resentment towards, because that's where you need your boundaries to be changed or put in place, so that you are working with what you're comfortable with. And that way you can help more people in a better way because you're pouring from a full cup instead of an empty cup. So.
Great stuff, Emily. Thank you for sharing that. Thanks for being so vulnerable with us tonight. And it's true. We cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay, in true lightning round spirit, we're going back in the breakout rooms. We're going for 2 minutes. We have one question. What is one thing that if you do it consistently for the next week will move your business forward to achieve what you said you wanted in that first breakout? All right, go.
You're watching the recording, just answer the question. I always think it's good if you write this stuff down, but your question would be, what is one thing that if you did it and did it consistently, it would bring you closer to what it is you said you wanted? Hey, Vanessa, are you just signing in? I can't hear you. Yeah, we're in a breakout room right now. We're actually getting to the end of the call. It's been a really fun call, so you'll want to watch the recording. So what we did is we broke out into breakout rooms with smaller group discussions. So right now they're in the last group, and this is for you, Jennifer, too. Really asking. We started out the meeting asking, what do you want? What do you want with your business, and why is it important to you? And then we were asked another series of questions, but this last one right now, and just something to be thinking about, is what is one thing that if you did it and you did it consistently over the next week would move you closer to what it is you said you wanted? So I don't think I know either one of you. So this is kind of nice to have you all to myself here.
Pretty cool. How are ya?
Very good. Who is your coach, Vanessa?
Bill Ellis.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. And how long have you been coaching?
I started probably about 2 months now.
Perfect.
About 2 months. Yep.
Awesome.
When
I know I've seen your name.
halfway. Yeah, when I got to my halfway point, I decided to do it. So
beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. I hope you're having fun with it. And nice to see you, Jennifer, as well.
Hi.
Hey, hey. You'll want to go back and watch the recording of this call. It's really, really good.
All right, everybody's coming back from breakout. Thank you all for playing. Dee, I'm going to turn it over to you to close us out.
All right. Well, thank you, Lisa. This is always fun. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys love the smaller breakout rooms, something you'd like to see more often with our team. Yeah, I think it can be really, really helpful. So, so thank you, Lisa. A few people came in at the end, and if you're watching this on recording during the break, I just would encourage you to just answer the questions. You know, as it goes along. But thank you for that. That is one thing, you know, we really want for everyone. We want you to enjoy your business. I mean, it is work, right? Like work is work, but the great thing about Optavia is the work is flexible. And you know, and there's so much that's possible with it. So we really want to help provide the space for you guys and the training and the knowledge and the mentoring so that you can build a business that you can thrive in personally and professionally. So making time for this is a really good sign of what you're doing and really wanting to learn and grow and be your best. A reminder, we've got 2 calls right after this, the community calls and then Dan Bell. Many of you I will see in Orlando at the Business Integration Summit. Can't wait for that. Let's finish the month strong and start strong in December. Remember, everything we're doing now is planting seeds that we'll be harvesting over the next few months. So love you all, and we'll see you next week on the call. Bye.